When my youngest son was going to college, everyone was telling him what to do. Make sure you study hard, do good, do your best. And I listened as people told him how his college experience should be. And when I dropped him off at the KU campus, I shook his hand, and I didn't hug him. I shook his hand, I extended my hand. And as I held his hand, I looked in his eyes and I said, "These are the best of times that you'll ever have in your life. Make the best of them." I heard everything everybody told you, but I'm telling you, have fun. Do everything that you can do. Experience life. And I was telling him that because that's what I experienced at Northwestern. It was the best time of my life for that time. I was a part of a fraternal organization. It was a girls group, and it was called Alpha Angels, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. And then my freshman year, I started and became a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, of which I am now a 38-year active member. And it goes past college. My mother always teased me, instead of saying that I went to college for academics, I went to school to learn about Alpha Kappa Alpha. It was an inside joke, of which she was also a member, by the way. The best thing that I can say about Alpha Kappa Alpha was that it taught me how to think on my feet. And I would say that it was instrumental in helping me to be able to plan anything. Just the camaraderie that came out of pledging. I had one particular big sister that when we would go into what we called sessions, and I know these are interesting terms, but sessions were when you learned your history of the sorority and you told them that recited it for them. But this one big sister was just mean. I mean, and I'm just serious about this. This is me. But one of the other things we had to do was go and meet each sorority member individually. So we would have one-on-ones. That was another assignment. So it was my time to go to her room to sit down to meet her. Of course, I was more than apprehensive. It was my turn to go visit her. So I went to the door, knocked on the door, and she lived in what was known as Hobart Hall. And there were like 12 rooms, and all of them individual, really nice rooms. And she opened the door, and she was lively, bubbly, friendly, all of the things you didn't see when you saw her anywhere else. But she was such a welcoming individual and so loving and so warm that I was like shocked, and I couldn't believe it. But we have a lifelong relationship because of that particular event. That one-on-one changed my whole opinion of her as a person. And that just teaches you that first meetings may not be the ones that you need to judge, but perhaps a one-on-one. And we're still really close today. And those kinds of experiences I still try to make eye contact with people when I go past them, and I try to speak and I try to be friendly. So those are the kinds of things that happened to me at Northwestern, the good and positive. It was the best of times. It could have been the worst of times, and I could, the heartbreak happened. Sure it did. But the lifelong friendships that I gained will never, ever replace any of the heartbreak, because there's so much other kinds of love that I have here and with my memories at Northwestern.